And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel. I love Project Elite. I've been going over today all the different expansions and stuff that I have for it. This is the Terran Box. This is all the extra stuff, and in fact in here I might show you some stuff that didn't come in this. There's just loads of extra stuff that comes with it. Is it worth hunting this extra stuff down? Well, let's take a look at what we got here first, and then I'll answer that question. One of the best things here is simply the new map. There's a double-sided map here, Infested Runes, and this one, which I really like, the Shallow River. Now, both of these are long maps. I tend to like the long maps better because the aliens are running at you. They both have a sheet that comes with them, tells you where to put all the different things for each of the different missions. But it just adds, a couple more options when you're playing on maps. They're not that different from the original map, although this one doesn't have as many places to search. You start by searching in the base itself. So once you're out of the base, there ain't much to find. Same thing here. You start by searching in the base, although that kind of gives you a nice starting thing. However, there's also an alien spawn point right here, which makes this one really difficult. You pretty much have to have someone stay at the base and defend it, or otherwise the aliens are getting in. And even then, with the fast running aliens, sometimes this one can just have those aliens get in super fast. So I probably prefer this map better just because the aliens all start on the other side of the board. But, if you want a trickier thing, play the Infested Runes. More aliens, always a good thing, and more heroes. Let's take a look at some of these heroes. We'll take a look at the different heroes from this box and some other outlying things from my least favorite to favorite. This Anya here, which looks like an orc for some reason, she can have a limited number of weapons. That's okay, but you have to get those weapons, and her health is too small. I don't really like her. This person, when you spawn a boss, you can cancel it and draw a new one. That's okay. I kind of like having to deal with the different bosses. Sandra's a little bit better because you can, when you do a spawn card that comes, you can put a new one out. You think, why would you want that over a boss? Because sometimes the spawn card just makes one section of the board that much more difficult. And she can do it every spawning phase, which is kind of neat. Gustav has luck. He gets an ability token he can discard to change his rolled action die to any face once per round. Patrol here, if you roll 2 alien movements, you take a damage, but he can also spend 2 touches to heal damage to yourself or any adjacent hero. So he's like a nice healer, but also has a chance to get killed. Also, he has a very short hit point track. Ripper here, when he rolls 2 aliens, he rolls a hit die for each alien in a straight line with unlimited range and does a damage on a 5+. That I like, although it doesn't always work. Vicky, all right, so the next 3 I use all the time. They're a lot of fun. After the timer runs out, you can roll all action dice 1 extra time. She gets 1 extra roll. That's really cool. Gunter, when he spends a touch, roll +1 hit dice in your next attack. He can also spend a wrench to re-roll any of your hit dice. That's fantastic. I love this guy a lot. To be able to spend things, add dice, and re-roll dice. Really cool. And my favorite one from this set, Angela, who can spend 2 movement to jump over an adjacent alien and it loses a health. That's fantastic. It's also very cinematic. You can see her somersaulting over them, shooting the alien. But hey, more heroes to pick from, lots of options. Speaking of options, you now have watchtowers that you can stand on top and shoot stuff. A watchtower here, you put 2 wrenches in it. All your weapons have +1 hit die and +1 range while the hero stands on a watchtower. So it's kind of cool. It's a neat thing to see and do. The problem is that you're giving up your dice to be able to set this thing up. And if an alien runs into it, they can knock it out and knock you over. But I do like that there's some 3D miniatures of these towers, so that's pretty rocking, and I almost want to use them just because of the coolness factor of it. And of course, more bosses, including the Matriarch, which is a really cool model. Look at this thing, which spawns a bunch of little plaguelings here, which will attack the enemies. You have the Commandant here, who's going to shoot everybody nearby them. The Shepherd, who apparently took over one of the human mechs. and is moving around. Another really cool model. I like that one a lot. The Gorgon, really hate the Gorgon because the Gorgon restores itself to full health after every battle. So you're going to have to just go in and kill it right away. We have the Bounty, who's going to be shooting at everybody. And then a really irritating one, the Reanimated Crawler, which every time you kill it, simply just comes back to life. So there's no point killing this sucker unless it's getting close to the base. And you kill it, and then it comes back, and it just keeps coming and coming and coming. So, yeah, more bosses, always a good thing. Look, I love Project Elite. I love playing this game. But this, and I like all this extra stuff for sure. More heroes, more monsters, another map. That's all great, but you don't need it. So don't feel if you can't find this or get it or you afford it or whatever, don't look at this and go, oh, I'm missing out. Nah, it's just extra stuff. And this extra stuff is cool, and I like having the extra bosses. I think I like having the extra bosses even more than the heroes, just because that way you never know what boss is going to come out. In every game it feels different. The extra maps are nice just for a change of pace, and the extra heroes, of course, give you more options. But I don't know, I've gotten kind of attached to the heroes that come in the base game anyway. But I don't mind this stuff. I like it. It's fun. I'll add it to my games. I just don't know that I'll play with it in every game. So it's cool. It's kind of a neat thing that it exists, but don't feel like you have to hunt it down unless, of course, you're a completionist and must own everything Project Elite, which I would understand because it is such an amazing game. But that's all the extra stuff here for Project Elite. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time.